But let's start right now. I mean, Ryan Dunn, this car crash, this fatal car crash, is really shocking. Jackass star dies of a car crash. It looks like it was alcohol-related. There are all sorts of issues involved in this. The car is virtually disintegrated. I mean, it's just unbelievable what happened.
I mean, the photos, if you haven't seen them, please, you should definitely go to TMZ.com. We have a lot of the photos of the wreckage of this car. It was a Porsche 911 GT3, but the photos after the aftermath, it could be a Volkswagen, it could be anything. It's
unbelievable.
Destroyed.
So we're going to talk about that. Let's start with Ryan Dunn, because it is just an amazing story. So I think I want to go to Evan first, because Evan's been working this story for really since early morning
when it broke. Right before.
I think we were the first website to put this up.
Yes, we were.
And Evan, especially for people on Sirius XM who haven't really heard this throughout the day, just give us kind of the overview of what happened here.
Well, the long story short is that Ryan Dunn, who was a star of, he was one of the stars on the Jackass series and the movies, and they've done a ton of them. He was the guy in the first Jackass movie. It sounds crude, but just to give you a face here, he was the guy at the end of the movie that did the trick with the toy car, where he shoved the toy car up himself and that whole thing. That was his kind of claim to fame. Anyway, so he was in a car accident early this morning. He was driving his 2007 Porsche GT3, which is a really, really fast car, in Pennsylvania, and he lost control and he crashed. The car was discovered in the woods. Cops arrived at the scene, and the car was engulfed in flames. And they found Ryan and an unidentified passenger in the car. They had both died as a result of injuries they sustained in the accident. We started working the store. We found out that he had been in a local bar, between the hours of 10:30 at night on Sunday night and 2:10 this morning. And one of his friends...
I'm sorry, 10:30 to 2:30?
10:30 to 2:10.
Right after closing, I guess.
Right. So he was there for about roughly 4 hours. And somebody that was with him at the bar, a friend of his, told us that he didn't appear drunk when he left, but he had, in that span of 4 hours, he had 3 Miller Lights and 3 quote-unquote girly shots that night. Another person that we spoke to that was in the bar said that he appeared to be wasted. Cops say they haven't really said if alcohol played a factor in this thing yet, but they have said that speed may be a factor, and they're looking into how fast he was going. As I said, he was driving a really, really tricked out, super fast Porsche. When I was looking at about the car, the top speed on that car is 190 miles an hour. We've heard that they're estimating his speed was somewhere around 110. That's not confirmed. That's
and this is a car that goes 190.
This could go. Top speed is 190, and it's a fast car. He had some custom racing rims on there.
And this car literally was disintegrated. I mean, you literally there's no way if you took this out of context and said, "What's this?" you would say it's
unidentifiable. It was a charred wreckage. It was you couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you what make or model it was, judging by what they towed away.
So bottom line here is obviously tragic situation. What really, I know that there was a big following, for him and for the movie.
Right.
But I got to tell you, I'm surprised at how much reaction we have gotten over this story. I mean, it is almost unparalleled
all of those
in the
guys
history
are
of
so
TMZ.
Popular.
Right.
All of those guys involved with
it. There's a lot of people that are feeling really, really sad, that feel bad that they lost somebody with so much potential. He was described as a really, really nice guy. And then there are other people like Roger Ebert who are using this as kind of a teachable moment. Roger Ebert put up a tweet that said, jackasses shouldn't drink and drive, and he's kind of putting the message out there that, he was drinking and driving. People shouldn't be doing this.
And it's interesting. We're getting a lot of response, like from TMZ.com. Tank981, I do not feel sorry for drunk drivers who kill themselves. This day and time, there is no excuse to get behind the wheel of a vehicle after drinking.
Yeah, he wrote into TMZ.com, speed and alcohol. Live like a jackass, die like one.
So there are people who are not particularly sympathetic to what happened here. We have somebody on the phone right now. Lorena. Hi, Lorena.
Hi, guys.
You're on TMZ
How are
Live.
you?
Good.
I've been following everything. I found out on Twitter and immediately was brought to your website. And I've been following the story ever since. I first saw it posted this morning, and I guess the new development on Twitter, I just wanted to check with you guys because I always get all of my news source from you. I guess on Twitter, the big rumor is that everything was fake and it was for a reality show that he's doing. But I just wanted to check with you guys and to see if it truly did happen and he passed away.
No, it really did happen, Lorena, and thanks for checking with us on that. Actually, I saw that false report, and it's interesting, the false report saying that this was all made up was actually quoting us, saying TMZ is reporting it's all false. Well, we never reported that he actually did have the accident, and sadly he has passed away.
No, it is real. It is,
it's real.
Again, it is brutally real.
Thanks
for the call.
The cops have issued a statement on it and everything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
official.
It's official. But I'm telling you, we are getting so much here from people who are, really feel like, tough luck.
Yeah, I mean, and part of it is about the way, the movies, the Jackass movies. Snowcat wrote in at TMZ.com and said, Ryan seemed like the nicest of all the Jackass crowd. Sorry he has passed, but not surprised. Surprised it took this long for a jackass to lose his life. R.I.P. Ryan.
Sherry C. from Facebook. People like that have no heart, really. He was drunk. It could have been some, I think they're saying people like that have no heart. They're quoting somebody who was upset that so many people were critical of him.
Right.
And she says he was drunk. It could have been some innocent person instead. Don't feel bad at all. Well, I mean, they are...
Well, a Ryan Dunn fan writes in, now is not the time to start ranting and raving that you don't feel bad for him because he was drinking. No one even knows what really happened yet. His family and friends are grieving heavily right now.
And this is interesting. LC for Michael. So here's a question that is worth an answer or some thoughts anyway. Why the heck do car makers make cars that can go up to 190 miles an hour when most states limit speed to 55? Makes no sense for a domestic car. Race cars, yes, but domestic cars? It's actually an interesting point that they are selling cars in this country that people know are going to go on the streets that are going to go this fast.
Yeah, but you know what? If you go 190 miles an hour, listen.
What
happened to you? What happens to you at 190?
My Mazda 66 could do 110 miles an hour.
Right, but and that could happen. What happened at 190 can happen to you at 85 miles per hour. You don't have to be going that. You know what I mean? Like
190.
They weren't going 190.
The car
but
can go 190. You don't know how fast he was going.
And Max, I get that your car goes 85. My point is that 190 is different from 85.
Absolutely, but we don't know he's going 190.
No, but I'm saying why make a car that can go 190 miles an hour that's for domestic use?
Well, his car was also had some detail work done on it, and it was probably had an engine that was chipped out so that it could go that fast. I mean, the fact of the matter is, almost everybody in this room probably drives a car that can get up to 120 without much effort. I'm pretty sure yours can. In fact, I know for a fact that yours can. Not that I've driven yours that fast, but
never done it. But I've gone pretty fast, I will say.
It's a dangerous thing to do, and you can be. It's one thing to be out joyriding, and I'm not at all, saying that people should do this. But especially when you mix alcohol with that, then you really are. I mean, you're pressing your luck anyway driving at any speed over, I would say over 70, 75.